Hello and welcome to the Launch for Success webinar. I'm Derek Archer. I will be your host here. I'm also the founder of Hit Your Mark Media, a HubSpot marketing agency. We'll get more into that here in a bit. I wanted to, first of all, just come over here and introduce you to our big concept today. So there's truly no shortcut to success. There really isn't. But there is a way to accelerate your success, and that is education, how to learn from others so that you can learn how to do it the right way, the best way, the first time, and not have to kind of reinvent the wheel. So that's our big concept today. So I want to talk to you about the reason for this webinar. Why even have this? You know, my time's valuable, your time's, I'm sure, even more valuable. So the reason why I wanted to present this webinar is because I wanted to help accelerate your own success by learning from me and from Hit Your Mark Media what works and doesn't work in the digital online playing field, how you can build and leave a lasting legacy. It's more than just simply living the good life here. It's about making the world a better place for tomorrow and making it serve future generations. So this is for you. You are in the right place if you fall into several categories. And we'll just look at those here quickly. First of all, if you've never started a business before, whether part-time or full-time, or if you have started a business, congratulations, that's awesome. But maybe you want to do better with your business. If those are true of you, you're in the right place. Also, if you're interested in living the lifestyle of freedom that you want, but you don't know how to get started, or you want to build a world-class website, but you don't know an ounce of code, then you're in the right place. If you want to design beautiful graphics, but you've never used design software, or you want to leave a legacy, once again talking about leaving something for the future, for your family, your community, to do something meaningful with your life, then you're in the right place. And welcome. I'm glad to have you here. Thanks for joining me today. Now, you're also in the right place if we were to flip this on its head and say maybe you're not simply looking to do something, but you're looking maybe to get away from not doing something else. Like maybe you're tired of your job or your boss or the daily grind of your present life circumstances, or you want to get away from being salesy. Maybe you're in a sales position or you don't like sales. Maybe you're an introvert. Then you're in the right place. It's a great way to use the internet to leverage how you can talk in front of people without actually having to be in front of people. What are we going to accomplish in this webinar? Well, by the end of the webinar, I want to show you the basics on how to start a business, position your business for success, grow your business, automate your business, and do all of this without having to have a previous business experience, know an ounce of code or graphic design, or having to be in front of people or be salesy. All right, so we're going to be able to accomplish how to do all these great things you want to do with your business without having to do the things that often hold us back. I know that these things definitely have been roadblocks to me, and I've learned a lot as time has gone on in the various businesses that I've started and worked in. We'll cover that a bit more here in a moment. I want to introduce the company and myself. I'm Derek Archer. I am your host today, and I am the founder of Hit Your Mark Media, which is the third of a number of businesses that I've had the privilege to be on the ground floor, if you will, to start and to run. Been an entrepreneur since I was about 10 years old, and I've made almost $2 million in gross revenue since 2010. So know a thing or two, been around the block a little bit here and kind of seen what works and doesn't work in the business world. But that's really not the most important thing. The most important thing that you need to know about me is that I'm a normal, average human, married to the girl of my dreams, my better half, for over 6 years. We've got 2 beautiful daughters, ages 3 and 1. And one reason why I started Hit Your Mark Media in the digital online marketing space is because really I wanted to spend more time with my family. I wanted to be able to have the option to be geographically independent, work from anywhere in the world. At the time of this webinar, I'm actually in Winona, Minnesota, and I live in Virginia. So we're traveling right now on a family vacation and wanted to present this webinar from really wherever I can connect to the internet. One of the most beautiful things about the age we live in. A little bit more about Hit Your Mark Media. So the company is an Archer consolidated company, and we're also a HubSpot marketing agency, as well as a Squarespace Circle member. What's that mean? Well, HubSpot's the largest digital marketing company in the world. We'll talk a little bit more about that later. They've got over 18,000 clients in about 90 different countries around the world. Squarespace, as you may know, is one of the most effective web design companies in the world, and we're licensed or certified as Circle members to help show you how to get the most out of using Squarespace, whether we build a website for you, or what I'd really like is to show you how to build your own world-class website through this webinar and beyond. And a few wrap-up notes here about what we're going to get into in this webinar. What's my passion? What's my reason? What's my purpose behind all of this? Well, we live in an age where opportunity abounds. And so living the life of your dreams is simply a matter of finding what you love to do and getting really good at it. You don't have to look far to find an opportunity to make money. And what's even better is you don't have to look far to find an opportunity that you love, that offers you the lifestyle that you're looking for, and to become good at that, to live the lifestyle of your dreams. So this is my passion. I am doing this for myself. I've been doing it for myself, and I want to help other people learn how to do it for themselves. And that's what we'll cover here. So I'm going to show you this in this webinar by showing you how my teams and I have started several companies. We've made almost $2 million in gross revenue over the past several years. And we've ranked, or in this particular case, I personally have ranked in the top 10 sales positions in the world for a particular company. I'll show you a slide on that here towards the end of the lecture, just to prove that. I actually made position number 4 in the entire world in a well-known company. I'm also going to show you how I am going to help you accomplish your passion and the lifestyle of your dreams by showing you how my team and I use legitimate deductible business expenses to save thousands of dollars month after month. How I sold one of my companies. It's a great business model to start a business, grow a business with the primary intention of finding a new buyer, right? So Instagram is right at the top of that list, selling for $1 billion to Facebook a couple years ago. Great business model, a little harder to accomplish than Instagram made it seem, but it is also a great way to live the lifestyle of your dreams. We've partnered with some world players, as I talked about already, with Squarespace and HubSpot. I want to show you how you can partner with great players to accelerate your own growth. And then we built some of the best websites and graphic designs in the world. We want to show you that as well. And lastly, it doesn't matter if you build the best stuff if no one comes to it. So we want to show you how to rank using search engine optimization, YouTube, and social media every day to have a winning brand and company. So I've got 3 goals for you and challenges in the webinar. This isn't just a sit and listen. I really want you to take action and do stuff. So I want you to, first of all, to believe that you can do this. I'm no one special. The people I'll talk about are no one special. The people I've studied under are no one special. And if I can do this, if they can do this, then you can too. And that might be a bit of a hard statement, perhaps even the most difficult thing I'm going to say here today. But you have to believe that you have unique gifts, callings, and qualities that you have to offer to the world. And with a little bit of training and education, I hope to show you how to fine-tune those to offer the most amount of value you possibly can to the world. You're never going to get paid in life for more value than you give. So it is of the utmost importance that you learn how to give more value than you get, than you ask in compensation for what you provide. Because unless you're able to give 2 or 3 times the value you get paid for, you're not going to increase the revenue you make in life. So for clarity's sake, believe that you can do this. Believe that you have value to offer the world, and learn for ways to increase and maximize that value. Because the better you can do that, the more money you will make. The second thing, the second goal or challenge is I want you to persevere until you actually do this. This is not a get rich quick. This is a series of steps, an educational course on how you too can access that which previously you thought was only accessible to the elite. This is not for the elite. This is for anyone. This is for me. This is for you. And the third challenge is that it's really not about the money or the lifestyle that you might be able to accomplish for yourself. It's about a legacy. It's about leaving something behind for future generations. It's about inspiring people with the better way to live. It's not about gross national product. It's about gross national happiness, right? So you can be the wealthiest person and totally unhappy and discontent with your life. Or you can be the poorest person. And we see this in third world countries all around the world. And those are the happiest people in life. Now, there's a certain point of livelihood that you need to accomplish for yourself, where statistically, people who make that measure of living have a happier life. But beyond that measure of living, it's not a happier life. So by US standards, they say that if you make $50,000, $75,000 a year, your quality of life, your happiness goes up tremendously. But if you make $200,000, $300,000, $400,000 a year, the happiness level of living does not go up tremendously. It peters off. There's a diminishing law of returns that comes into effect there. But there is a big difference between someone who makes $40,000 a year and someone who makes $10,000 or $20,000 a year by US standards. So I just wanted to challenge you. Making that $40,000, $50,000, $75,000 a year really isn't hard. And if you follow the steps I lay out in today's webinar, and then in the detailed course that I'm going to present to you, you will be able to make that $50,000, $75,000, $100,000 a year, no problem. And I would even argue within 6 to 12 months, you'll be able to do that. But once you do that, don't stop there, or don't think that getting more money is going to be the solution. I want you to take the time, the opportunities that you have, and pay it forward. Leave a legacy, leave something worth remembering for good to your children, grandchildren, and future generations, so that they might live a better life as well. These should be important goals and challenges for you, because time is short, and every day, whether through action or inaction, you are choosing who you are becoming and where you are going. There's no neutral space in the universe. You might think that by living the good life, staying at home, watching your favorite shows, you're comfortable there. But the danger of being comfortable is that you don't reach for the grand, for leaving that legacy. And so you, like the millions, if not billions of others, will come to the end, and your time will run out, and there won't be any time at that point to make an action for the positive change of the future, for leaving that legacy for your kids. So whether you're choosing to do something positive today or not to do something positive today, you are still choosing. I want that to sink in. So here's our agenda. Here's what we're going to cover. We've showed you a little bit of some of the goals and our reasons for this webinar, but what specifically are we going to cover in this? Well, we're going to show you how to start a business and some of the classifications for a business, how to begin thinking about a business plan or refining one you already have, making a business strategy for your idea, and then why you must have a website in the digital age, why that is so important and essential to your success. And then we're going to show you how to build that world-class website without any coding experience, how to become a master designer with a couple basic free tools and skills that we'll show you, how to create a digital product or a lead magnet, and then how to automate all of that online. So that's kind of the why and the how. What's the benefit to that? So we're going to cover that in our webinar here as well. We're going to show you how to write off business expenses. It's the single best accessible tool to all Americans for wealth building. The single best, and yet it's perhaps the least talked about, or the one that seems to be the least accessible, which isn't true at all. We're also going to show you the opportunity to live the lifestyle of freedom you want, which comes with building and starting your own business, how you can leverage some of the things we're going to show you here today to generate about $5,000 a month, which comes to about $60,000 a year, and how you can turn that into about $20,000 a month within your first year or so. So our first goal is going to be about $5,000 a month within 8 months or so of starting this project, this course, and then how you can generate $20,000 a month within your first year, 12 months of starting this project or course. And then obviously pay that forward, give it back, leave a great legacy. Okay, so that's me, my wedding day in an Audi TT. Great car, fabulous car, 5-speed. Didn't have the 6-speed or the all-wheel, just front wheel, 5-speed, turbocharged. Great car, fun car, best car I've ever had. And then we also have here a little bit more about the Chevy Volt. Also one of my most favorite cars. Why? Because it's part of giving back to the community, the environment, right? So you want to be able to have something that's sustainable, environmentally friendly. Bought this car when I was running one of my earlier companies to promote the green message, and it did just that. So if you want to know about all my cars, I've got a little bit of a, I guess, collector's heart for cars, and some are better than others, but if you want to see them all, just look them up on my Pinterest page. It's the Derek Archer Pinterest. You can look at the cars I own page. So this is me. This is me actually at the time of this webinar. This was passing through Ohio. Once again, being geographically independent and heading all the way to the West Coast to Seattle, Washington. So bucket list challenge, knocking off presently something I've longed to do my whole life. All right, let's take a look back about 10 years ago. No, more than that. I'm much older than that now. But when I was 10 years old, had my first entrepreneurial experience. I started a hot chocolate cafe, if you will. So on a Christmas tree farm, and wanted to put out hot cocoa, coffee, donuts, biscuits, and other great warm, festive Christmas time treats. Put out a sign, called it the Hot Spot, and started selling this little cafe business to people who came to buy Christmas trees. And so I went in business with a friend of mine, put up some of the capital to buy some of the initial ingredients. And I learned my first lesson because when that season was over, I paid him from the dividends, the profits of that enterprise, but he ended up not really doing any of the work. So I was left there manning that booth day after day. And I learned that when you go into business with someone else, you invite your own set of new problems that you might not have if you just went into business on your own. So that was my first experience in the entrepreneurial world. Learned a few lessons the hard way that way. Another experience in college, I and some friends started working in the cleaning industry. And so we started a cleaning company, commercial residential cleaning service. And this is a website that we've since built for another cleaning client, just to showcase a little bit of our website design and how to lead them in the inbound marketing methodology, which we'll get into more. This is a lead magnet here, 7 don'ts when hiring a cleaner, etc. So anyways, we grew that cleaning company and it just became a lot to manage. So ended up selling it about a year ago and brought that company to full circle completion. The next industry that helped start is an auction company. And so we ran that auction company for about 3 years, did really, really well halfway through its life as a company. And then there were some intake and outflow, I guess, financials that we needed to look into a little bit better in terms of capital investments that got the better of us. And so we closed that business down about a few months back. But learned a lot of experiences in the real, well, sort of retail market. It's kind of more of a service market, really, selling for other people their goods and services at auction prices. Fun model. I still maintain my auctioneer's license. As promised, I wanted to show you how I made the #4 post in the world for a company. This is a direct sales company, and you can see my name there, #4 in the world. So I know a thing or two about sales. We live in an age where if you want to work from home, one of the best things you can possibly do is to work in the e-commerce market. With Amazon releasing their drones here in the not too distant future to deliver packages within 30 minutes of ordering time, the Amazon company is on track to being presumably the world's first trillion-dollar company as it moves into the space of being able to take over groceries. Imagine being able to order milk and have it delivered to you fresh and still cold 30 minutes later. It will replace really all forms of local grocery shopping in the next 20 years. That would be a prediction you can read about in many of the top blog and tech articles out on the web, and I believe it as well. So check into becoming an Amazon reseller or a wholesaler, or check into doing some drop shipping. I've made a fair bit of money in the Amazon market myself. Great opportunity. eBay as well, but eBay is just a totally different niche. So why should you study under me? It's not that I'm anyone great, but I have studied under some of the greatest minds that the 21st century has known. This is Anthony Casalina. He's the founder and CEO of Squarespace. This is Brian Halligan, the founder and CEO of HubSpot, the world's leading digital marketing company. This is Gary Vaynerchuk, of course, the founder and CEO of Vayner Media. I would like to say that I am the new Gary Vaynerchuk, or at least the younger and better looking Gary Vaynerchuk. And I don't use as many expletives to make my points. Love you, Gary. You're the man. All right, so another person I've studied under is Mike Dillard of The Self-Made Man, fabulous educator and digital marketer. So, but these guys really aren't any different from you or me. And so if anything, they try to inspire the ordinary to accomplish the extraordinary. And that's my goal for you here today. So I'm going to deliver to you what I've promised in this agenda. Over the next few pages, we're going to start covering this, diving into the meat of the course, and hopefully have you apply it. So dream, believe, and do. All right, let's get into this. So some house rules. If you are here, you can use what I'm about to teach you for good or for evil. And that matters to me, because I want you to use this for good. I want you to leave a lasting legacy. This is not a get-rich-quick scheme. If you think it is, or if you think you can apply it to get rich quickly, adapt it your own way, then really I don't want you here. You're not the audience I'm looking for. You're not the person I'm looking for. You're not going to be of any good to yourself or to humanity if that's how you want to use what I'm about to show you. Really, if you're arrogant, if you have a high opinion of yourself and your abilities and a low opinion of others, then I don't want you here either, because you will not amount to anything in life. If you don't have humility and you don't understand your place in the world, that this world, the cosmos, the universe is much bigger than any one of us, you're not going to amount to anything in life. And that's not just me making a statement. Look through history. You can see that to be very true, that the proudest men are the men who have the deepest, farthest falls. So if you're arrogant, please leave now. And then there's no room in this webinar for undue skepticism. I understand if there are people who have doubts and concerns and a mild dose of skepticism, right? So we live in a world where people want to sell you the kitchen sink without the house, or the house without the kitchen sink, or the horse with the lame foot, or whatever else, right? So we live in a world where there's a bunch of quack doctors factors out there, and you need to evaluate what people say. But if I've done a good enough job, and over the next few pages, I hope to do just that, to remove any skepticism that you might still have, then please do yourself a favor and leave room for belief. So first thing I'm going to deliver on, we've talked about this already, is the business classifications. How do you start a business? So we're going to talk about, there's 4 main types of businesses that you can start. I am not your lawyer. This is just general business advice. Please, please, please go see a lawyer before you decide which one of these is best for you. A sole proprietor is perhaps the most common. It's basically you working as you, running your own business. It's the easiest to set up, but it also has the most liabilities. It's also the easiest when it comes to tax time. Partnerships tend to be a little bit more complicated at tax time, but you have other people to help you shoulder the liabilities and the workload. Just be careful there. Once again, I've been in partnerships where if you're not on the same page, it can make your life very difficult. So make sure that you know who you're getting into business with, and then also what the expectations are in any partnerships that you develop. The third, and perhaps the most popular in the 21st century, is the limited liability company. It helps keep your business separate from you directly, but it also is easy to set up and easy to manage at tax time. And then the fourth is setting up a corporation, which has even better legal protections separating the business from you, but it's more difficult to set up and to maintain. Once again, I am not your lawyer. Most all states have a corporation commission. So the picture here is from the Virginia Corporation Commission. That's where my business is based out of. Please look up your local corporation commissions for more details on how to file. And you can also often, at least I know in Virginia, you can even look up your business identity names. So if you're looking for a certain name, that's the place to go to look up what name you're hoping to file under. So maybe that's Bob's Builders or George's Landscapes or whatever the case might be, okay? Next one here is make sure that you build a really solid business model strategy. I can't recommend how important this is to you highly enough. Make sure you know who your audience is, what needs you need to address, how you are different from your competitors, how you plan to position yourself in the market where you stand, whether that's a local market or a global market. Make sure you know who you are, what you hope to do, and who your competitors are in that same field. A great tool to use for this, the simplest free guide that you can possibly find, at least in our opinion, we love to use this and recommend it to many clients, is at thebusinessmodelgeneration.com/canvas. I'll leave this slide here for a second, write that down, make sure you capture that and go check that out. Great place to get started. So please, don't overthink it. When you start a business, it's better to do, learn, and reevaluate, if you will, than to be paralyzed by analysis and not to do anything. So analyze, have a brief time where you analyze, ask important questions like the ones I've just presented to you, create that business plan, that model, and go ahead and implement it. And then I want you to do this again. After a few months, let's reevaluate this. Let's come back, let's analyze what's working, what's not working, what assumptions did we make in our original business plan that were wrong, which ones were right, which ones do we need to pour more time and energy into. Let's go create those processes, make them better, implement them, wash, rinse, and repeat. Let's talk about the business benefits that you get. I'm not your CPA, okay? But deductible expenses, mileage reimbursements, capital reimbursements are all great things that you need to keep in mind when you start a business. So when you form a business, you're able to write off legitimate business expenses. So perhaps that would be you rent part of your home as a office to your business. Since your business is separate from you, depending on how you file, You can legally rent part of your home or an office to your business and write off that expense. So what does that mean? Well, it means that when a business is operating, it gets money in through the front gate. And I'm speaking primarily from the point of view of an LLC, because that's how I filed all of my companies in the past. It makes that money, whether for a good or service. That money is not taxed at that point. That money is then used to buy more goods and services that you hope to then sell, to reinvest in the business in different ways, to further your growth, maybe bring on more help. All those are legitimate business expenses that you're able to use to grow your business on the front end before it's taxed. Now, same thing with the mileage reimbursements and the capital reimbursements, and all of those have different classifications. Talk to your CPA. I'm not your CPA, but the bottom line here is that you don't get taxed on the money you earn up front. You only get taxed on the money that is profit on the back end, all right? So it's not double taxation. Your company's taxed and then you're taxed. It's called a pass-through entity when you're dealing with LLCs, limited liability companies. So the money that is made isn't taxed until it's passed through as profit to the owners. One of the single underutilized resources available to the average American for pennies on the dollar. Like, to set up a business, an LLC, is so stinking easy these days. It costs about $50 to file with the IRS. It might cost about $100 to file with your state corporation commission. You might be looking at a couple $100 in legal and CPA consultation fees. But by the end of the day, $500 or so, you've got a separate business set up to help you manage and use money in a more effective way pre-tax to grow your business. Why you have to have a website? Well, you have to be found. Almost every single inquiry starts today through an internet search. And if you're not showing up there on the front page of that internet search when someone's searching for the products that you offer and the services that you offer, well, what's the good of having those products and services to begin with? So I'm going to divulge here for a moment some of the growing trends in the world market. We have a world population of over 7 billion people presently. Of those 7 billion people, there are about 3.18 billion people who are actually using the internet regularly. All right, so about half the world's population are using the internet regularly. Okay, it's 2016. 2016, right now. In the next 4 years, by 2020, the number of people predicted to have access to regular, high-speed, online internet is set to skyrocket, to double, to at about 6 billion people. If ever there was a time in world history when you need to get in on the front end of something great, something big, something huge, something set to snowball and explode in its growth, it's now. So if you're not building your business now and positioning yourself to be found now on the internet, you're missing a huge opportunity. Another opportunity, because of the 4G LTE and then the faster internet speeds that are coming to mobile here in the near future, as well as the faster internet speeds for your home office or just simply used personally at home, you're able to do what is known as live streaming. So Periscope, Facebook, and YouTube all have their live streaming platforms. And these help connect you instantly with people around the world who are interested in the topics you're sharing at that time. Can you imagine the power behind that? If you're able to get on the front end of that right now, to build your website, to be found by the world, and to be on your live streaming channels, reaching your ideal clients with your products and services in a timely, even instantaneous manner, in a market that's set to explode, to double in growth over the next 4 years, why would you not jump on board with this opportunity today? You can do it literally from your mobile phone. The number of YouTube video views today, let's guess. How many YouTube views do you think happen every day? Or rather, mobile YouTube views. Okay, one person says here, 750,000. It's pretty good, not bad. Another one says 400,000. Okay. 20,000? No, that's yeah, that's anyways. So 2 million. Okay, that's a good guess. We got 20,000 to 2 million. That's a huge span on the guesses that are coming in here. So it's actually 1 billion. 1 billion mobile YouTube video views per day. If ever you wanted to be found by a huge record number of people, it's today. And that number is just going up. There's 300 hours per minute of YouTube video footage being uploaded. Isn't it crazy? 300 YouTube hours are being uploaded every minute. The average user spends about 40 minutes on YouTube each day. And only 9% of all small US businesses have any kind of YouTube marketing program in place. I want to talk to you about developing beautiful graphics now. So not only are we going to show you how to develop beautiful websites, but also how to create beautiful graphics to go along with those websites. One of the best ones, of course, we've talked about this already, is Squarespace. So Squarespace makes it super simple to design world-class websites with what's called a WYSIWYG. And what you see is what you get. Editor, drag and drop, put your various text blocks, photos, images, backgrounds, where you want them, videos on the page. Great product. Wix is similar, very similar companies. We chose to be a Squarespace company, reseller, if you will, a designer, primarily because they hold the leading edge on that world-class design. So Wix is great. Wix is even easier to use than Squarespace, but no one can compete or compare with the cleanliness and usability of the Squarespace design platform. Canva, phenomenal free cloud-based design program. It's actually where we ended up designing this lovely graphic here for our company. Go on over, canva.com, check that out, write it down. I don't want you to go there right this second because I want you to pay attention to this webinar, but check that out, canva.com. Unsplash is a great repository of free public domain, high resolution, professional photos. Pexels is another one, and Pixabay is the largest of the three, but Pixabay has a number of the quality of Pixabay is mixed, whereas the other two tend to be stellar in quality. Creating digital lead magnets. So what is a lead magnet? Well, a lead magnet helps to attract the people to you that you consider to be your ideal customers. And you always want to lead with education first, sales second or third, right? So give your audience value. Show them why you're the authority. Show them why they can believe you, trust you, and follow you. And you can't do that if you're yelling out, follow me, like me, I've got great stuff. You have to show them, and you have to give them that value first. So we'll show you how to create some of those lead magnets. Just remember that this mantra, you got to give value first. Lead with it, because it's all about relationships. You've got to build those better relationships. And just think about it. Put yourself in the in the buyer's shoes. If you're in a position where you're trying to buy a new product, do you really want to be sold to first or educated first? Do to others as you'd have them do for you. Now, Sandy Krakowski says, lead people with what they want, lead with what they've already said, lead people from where they're at, lead them with the things that concern them. Let that be your second golden rule, at least in the digital marketing space. And if you do, it'll be almost like the lights come on. All right, let's go ahead and talk about the inbound method. This is what HubSpot's known for. They coined the phrase, the inbound methodology, but basically it starts with creating lead magnets, courses, infographics, blog articles, things of interest, of value, educational to your ideal customers and audience. You want to share that then through social media, email, and you can boost it through various paid advertising channels as needed. So how do you build a lead magnet? Well, it's really quite simple. First, you really want to just ask a question, something that might be of relevance to your ideal audience. Then figure out the answer. What's the best answer? Do some research. What's the best present day pressing answer to that question? And then I want you to go ahead and record that answer. So maybe that means write a blog. Maybe that means record a vlog, a video blog. Maybe that means creating an infographic or a lead magnet, something that'll help walk someone through the answer to that burning question for your ideal audience. It could be as simple as creating a PowerPoint like this one and using a video screen share capture system like Google Hangouts, right? So both free products put out by Google. PowerPoint obviously is the copyrighted name for Microsoft system, but the term that we use for any kind of slide share, slide creation program. And Google has their own program as well as their own video capture through Google Hangouts. So what's the automation concept behind all of this? Well, the automation concept is that the more that you build and use these mini robots, these lead magnets, these presentations, the blogs, the more they're working for you behind the scenes without you having to do them over and over again. You're leveraging your time by doing the work once so that you can better focus on scaling your business. Turn your world upside down? I hope so. So what's the scalable method? Well, it's just wash, rinse, repeat, what we just showed you. Create your lead magnets for your ideal audience, create more and more of them, let them work behind the scenes. And as you continue to build that and grow that, you should be able to go from about $5,000 a month within the first 60 days of your launch to about $20,000 a month within the first year. So just think about that, the power, the opportunity behind a business model like this. This business model is applied digitally, but it can be applied to any business out there, period. I have yet to see a business that does not benefit from being on the internet in a profound, unique way. Now, hopefully I haven't lost you yet. Hopefully you're not overwhelmed by all of this. I don't want you to think that you have to go out there and get a whole bunch of new software or programs to be able to accomplish this. I just listened to you a couple slides ago, the power of just using a slide share program like the one that comes with every Gmail account, and a video screen capture program like Google Hangouts, which comes with every Gmail account, right? So these are free resources available to you today by great companies. And I want you to also to use the products that you already have. Use the phone you already have. Mobile is phenomenal, and it's getting better and better every year. The editing apps out there are ridiculous. Olivia Wilde recently shot a Ed Sharp music video using 6 iPhone 6Ss and accompanying accessories. And the quality of the video with how it was shot and edited is indistinguishable from any other major Hollywood production. So go check that out. Not right now. After we're done here, look up Olivia Wilde, her music video. You can do that too with what you have. In fact, to turn this paradigm on its head even more, the ways that people used to capture, record, and share media just even a couple of years ago are soon going to be relics of the past. Using your Canon DSLR or your Nikon DSLR or going out there with your Red Epic. It's not necessary to use that kind of camera to capture what we're trying to communicate here. In fact, it's even impossible. And I know they're trying to catch up with the mobile sharing market, but these other cameras don't allow you to stream live on Facebook. You have to have the Facebook app. And so for that reason, you really need to get good at mobile photography. And there's a lot of great cases and even lenses out there that I'd love to get into more, but I can't right now. So the 3 best networks to be on are Periscope, Facebook Live, and YouTube Live, with the best one being Facebook. And lastly, I want to capture one final point here, talking about mobile video, talking about leveraging your systems, your processes, making them work for you as mini robots behind the scenes. What's your biggest resource? What is your single biggest resource? Not your scarcest, because we know that your scarcest resource is time. We all have a limited amount of time. The only difference is how we use that time each day. But what is your most valuable, biggest resource? Well, it's the one thing that you can't automate, delegate, or outsource. It's you. You are your own biggest resource. You are your brand. You are your company. And people value authenticity. So if you can figure out a way to capture yourself authentically, communicate yourself authentically, and to do that behind the scenes so that it works for you day in and day out, then you'll be able to leverage what you could only do by meeting people in person, meeting after meeting, repeating yourself over and over again 10 years ago. You can do that now and make that work for you on autopilot. So your biggest resource is you. That's my daughter there, by the way. Show that to you again. There you go. Isn't she cute? She likes her bling bling. Yep, definitely a girly girl. Her pink and her necklaces, and she's a little ham. So, all right, you made it. You made it to the end of what we wanted to show you in this course. We talked about how to start a business. We talked about some of the classifications for a business. We talked about the strategy behind starting a business and creating that business plan. We also communicated how you can build your online presence through world-class websites using programs like Squarespace, and designing great graphics through programs like Canva, how you can capture those into lead magnets using programs like through Gmail, SlideShare, and your Google Hangouts, answering people's questions in value-driven ways creates great lead magnets, and then how you put that on the autopilot behind the scenes through video, even using mobile video. But really, we just scratched the surface. There's so much more that we would like to cover with you. So please don't simply listen to everything that I've shared with you today. I really want you to go out and do something with the knowledge I've given you. Hopefully there's something of value in what I've given you to inspire, encourage, and motivate you to go out there and change your life for the better in some small way. But the fact of the matter is, there's really only one true shortcut to success, and that is through education and accountability. Chances are you're going to be like I was for many years and not do anything with the things that you learned. And that really makes me sad. That really grieves me. I wish that wasn't the case. I wish that you would go out there and do something with the knowledge I've given you. But I know that that's how education works. That's why universities exist, because there is accountability in an educational structure. So if you'd really like to accelerate your growth even further, if you'd like someone to coach you and direct you each step along the way, hold you accountable to make sure you finish those steps, we'd like to invite you to join the Launch for Success course. It's a 6-month business academy course that we've put together, and we'd like to invite you to join us on that. If so, please stay with me and I'll show you what to expect from joining this 6-month course. Well, the direct benefits are that you'll get a world-class website, okay? Hands down. We will show you how to build that world-class website. We'll walk you through step by step, screen by screen, moment by moment, until you finish that world-class website. So world-class website, really the market value on that, it can be thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars. For a small business, it's $1,000, $2,000, $3,000 as an average value on that. You're going to get that. You're also going to get custom branding. We'll show you how to create those through Canva and some other great programs, including GIMP. We'll show you how to create your first lead magnets through an inbound marketing sales funnel. This is all part of a sales strategy. And then we're also going to show you how to do some mobile video production work and training. Create your own sales funnels. How to leverage social media. We're actually going to guarantee that you will have 1,000 new Facebook followers by the time you are done with this 6-month course with us, guaranteed. Otherwise, we will give you the $400 to $800 back. Usually we find an average number in there, $500 or $600, but we've never had to give a refund out because that is what we do, and we can guarantee that. We will also want to make sure that we show you very briefly how you can target your ads through Facebook or Google Ads to your ideal audience to make sure that your message, your video, your lead magnets get in front of them at the right time and place. How to set this all up on autopilot behind the scenes. We'll show you how to segment your email lists and to increase your engagement with your emails by making your emails more timely and relevant to your audience. Once again, we'll increase your Twitter followers. So we were going to increase your Facebook followers by 1,000, and we will increase your Twitter followers by 4,000 as well as part of this course. And your YouTube video views, we will show you your first video will boost for you so that you can generate 1,000 new YouTube views on that, which develops your page rank strategy, your credibility, your authority in the market. And then you put this all together, part of your business strategy, structure, and accounting system to have a winning business in the 21st century. So to recap, you're going to get your own company launched, whether part-time or full-time. That's up to you over the next 6 months. We're going to show you how to generate your followers and leads and your customers on autopilot to deliver a full-time replacement income within 6 to 12 months. And what you can expect from this is that we're going to walk with you step by step. I and my team, we've got a team of great developers from around the world to make sure that your success is our success, that you do in fact accomplish these goals. And this is just breaking it out for you, what we're doing each month, month by month. Feel free to do screen capture on these. I know we're covering a lot. Hopefully you can take a lot of notes and reference those. We want this to be genuinely of great value to you, both as part of this free webinar, but then also what we want to give to you in this course if you decide to take it, and we hope you do. So what are we charging for this? Well, we usually charge about $3,500 for this course. It's got about a $10,000 value just based upon those things that we're guaranteeing to give you in this course and how we're going to give it to you. So already it's tremendous value. Why can we offer it to you at that great value? Well, it's because it's a easy to duplicate business model, meaning if I have 10 people sign up for the course, then that makes it worthwhile to me because I have to do the work once to create the training and the systems and the coaching to be able to get you to that point that it would normally cost me with a one-on-one session for any one of our other clients who want this kind of level of service. So hopefully that makes sense to you. That's why we can offer it to you at a deep discount. We have it on sale right now during this launch for $3,000. All right, so giving you $500 off during this launch only. We are going to have some one-on-one sessions. We've got 2 sessions throughout the 6-month course at 2 months apart. So the first one's 2 months in, the second one's 4 months in, and then we have one grand final evaluation at the very end, where those you do get individual one-on-one coaching and review of how you're following along in the course. Our guarantee with all of this, well, we give you a money-back prorated guarantee based upon where you are in the course. So if you're 2 months in, we'll give you a 4 months prorated cash back if you decide it's not for you or it's not working at that point. And then we'll, of course, give you a full refund within the first 30 days, no questions asked. All right, why will I do this? Well, I'm going to do this because I want to see you succeed. You simply need to apply yourself. But that takes work. That's the hardest part. That's why we have this course here in place, to help you apply yourself to overcome and succeed. So if you finish the criteria of the course over the next 6 months, if you in fact have your own business plan set up and a website and a social media strategy as we outlined in that 6-month guide, I will personally write you a check for $1,000. I will essentially pay you to finish the course. Why will I do that? Well, it's because I really actually want you to succeed. I want you to finish the course. I want you to see it through to the very end. And I want to give you an incentive to do that. If you are able to learn the lessons that I've showed you, even just from this free open webinar, and apply them and succeed, I applaud you. Congratulations. Well done. You have truly overcome and proven that you are a statistical anomaly. That is wonderful. But chances are you're probably something like me. And I know that if I don't have accountability, my best intentions will still be best intentions a year later, and I'll have nothing to show for it. So if you're truly serious about your success and you really want to do something great with your life, then I encourage you, seriously consider this and do something to make a difference for good long term. So here's the details on how you can enroll. There's the link right there. I know that you can't click that link on a video capture page, so go ahead, I'll leave this up here for a moment. You can write that down, or you can simply go to hityourmarkmedia.com. There's a big button in the top right corner that says Start Here. When you do that, go ahead and select the Marketing Academy, and then you can click the Launch for Success course. Once again, it's on sale right now, $3,000. If you are in need of financial aid, if money is an issue, I don't want that to keep you from taking this course. So we do have a monthly payment plan that we can set up for you on a case-by-case basis. We also have some scholarships in place to help offset the cost of this to a large degree, if not fully, because we want to see you succeed. Now, we have to pay our bills, we have to pay for our staff and for our overhead, and so I can't offer this for free to everybody, but we do have some scholarship money in place that we would love to see you apply for and win if you qualify. And some of that requires just basically like an essay application, what you plan to do with this course, your big idea for the world, and how you wish to succeed. So some social proof, if you will, some examples of how we've helped other companies to build and grow, and some of the websites that we've designed. This is a website for a virtual assistant company that we worked with a while back. It's just their homepage here, just to show you some examples. This is for a nonprofit of some of the website work that we do and that you will do when you complete and finish this course. It's for another commercial residential cleaning company, insurance company. I want to show you here that we will help you to rank #1 for key search terms in Google. This is for our company. So you can see right there, I'll show that to you, uploaded by, well, voila, none other than me. #1 digital marketing company in Bluemont. That's where we're based out of, in the Northern Virginia area. And this one here shows you the success rate. So once again, uploaded this for another company, another customer of ours, and we got them over a weekend, over 1,000 views. Facebook, here we go. Helped this person within 1 week to have over 1,000 new followers, fans, and we will do that for you as well as part of this course. Here's an image from our HubSpot reporting software to show on Twitter. You can see here, this is an actual image from Twitter here that we bumped this particular feed to over 4,000 followers, and it had a 7,000+% increase in followers. You can see here from July 17 through 21. So over like, or 20th, I guess. So over like 3 days, just skyrocketed 7,000 percentage points. One more further proof that we can guarantee these results for you is that we're part of the largest digital marketing family in the world. We're a HubSpot partner marketing agency, and HubSpot is in over 90 countries, has over 18,000 customers, and it has the best, bar none, marketing online software in the world. You don't have to take our word for it. Go do your own market research on that. It's a publicly traded company, and we're here to help. So, thank you guys very much for your time watching this course. Final details, please go ahead, enroll. And we look forward to seeing you in the 6-month course, Launch for Success, and making you a winner to leave a legacy that you want while you still have time. Thank you, guys. If you have any questions, go ahead and text, call, email, follow through the social media. Just look up for Derek Archer or Hit Your Mark Media in any of these social media platforms. Send us an email. And as a thank you for sticking around to the end, just want to give you a bonus. Head on over to archerconsolidated.com/free offer. And we have a guide there for you. It's the 30 best online lead generation tips, tricks, and hacks. Until next time, aim high, aim straight, and always hit your mark.